271.50 in favourite. A six-tailed disco 852.50. Here's Brian.
Event today, and over on the inside, Sibagagi bounced out quickly with Stellarino and Salieri's Son and Skyfighter heading up towards the front now. Here's the first of their flights, and Skyfighter, Sibagagi over it in front now from going forward out wider superbly. The Kiwis nice and handy as they come up towards the second from Tel Disco. Over that one, Sibagagi, Skyfighter in front now from Superbi, Salieri's Son, Regal Title. Tel Disco out wide, back along the inside then. Stellarino, and they're followed further back in the race by Wearing the Hat. Zenithal starting to track out a little wide from Wobber, followed further back by Oh Lord and Maloki last of all. At the one of the 400-metre mark, the favourite in front, Sibagagi, jumped it okay. About a half length in front now from Tel Disco, up outside him. A length and a half to Superbly. Skyfighter over on the inside from Zenithal, further out as they measure the next. Then Salieri's Son, Oh Lord, tracking deep, followed by Regal Title, then Stellarino. In behind those, Wobber back third last, a length and a half to Wearing the Hat and two to Maloki. Here's the last one down the straight. The leader jumped it well. There's one down. It's Skyfighter. Skyfighter has crashed down at the fifth one here. Horse on his feet, so's the rider. Out of the straight now, 2,200 metres to go. And the leader over on the inside, Sibagagi, and the crowd giving him a well-earned deserve of praise there. That horse and jockey okay. That's great to see. Out of the straight, the Riverside, 2,000 out now. The leader is Sibagagi. A length and a half in front now. Second on the outside is Oh Lord. Three further back, Tel Disco. A hard then to half then to Zenithal. The leader got into that a little. They're followed by Zenithal, fourth. Superbly now fifth, and further back, Regal Title. Then Salieri's Son, the inside, followed by Stellarino, and then Wobber. 2 lengths to Wearing the Hat and 3 to Maloki last of all. 1,700 metres to go. Sibagagi up to the next one, jumped it well, landed 4 lengths in front. Second is Oh Lord, 4 or 5, Tel Disco third, 3 then to Zenithal. Then came Superbly on the inside from Salieri's Son. Regal Title is out wider. They're followed by Stellarino as they go over the next one. Further back is Wobber, 3 or 4 to Wearing the Hat and 4 lengths last of all Maloki. Into the back straight they race now, and they go towards the 1,1400 metre mark, and the leader is Sibagagi doing it nicely in front, coming up towards Chiquita Lodge over that well. About 4 or 5 lengths in front now from Oh Lord, a similar margin. Tel Disco third. Salieri's Son has gone up a neck away, fourth on the outside as they go to the next. Oh Lord clipped that one running second. Running back, there's one down there. Wearing the Hat has gone down. Wearing the Hat is down at Chiquita Lodge. And coming off the back, 1,000 out, and Sibagagi trying to run them off their legs in front. 4 lengths in advance of Oh Lord as they come to the next. 2 lengths Tel Disco, Salieri's Son, 4, 3 or 4 Regal Title, Zenithal. Then Stellarino, and further back in the race, Wobber Superbly, can't do much more from there. And a gap to Maloki over the crossing at the 800 metre mark, and they've got to get to Sibagagi. He's 4 lengths in front of Oh Lord, struggling, and now Tel Disco going after the leader. 3 lengths further back, Salieri's hard at it. Salieri's Son to fourth, 2 or 3 further back, Stellarino, and then Zenithal, but Sibagagi's going to turn for home with a big break. Around the turn now, 2 hurdles out, he's 4 or 5 lengths, Tel Disco, 2 or 3 to Oh Lord, then Salieri's Son, Stellarino. Sibagagi stands back at the second last of the 350 metre mark. Over it in front, about 5 lengths, Tel Disco, a similar margin then to Oh Lord. Can he keep going? This favourite Sibagagi's about 3 or 4 in front. Tel Disco starting to rally. Over the last, he jumped it well. Sibagagi landed 4 lengths in front. The jumping's over. He's 3 lengths in front of Tel Disco coming after him. Sibagagi 2 in front. Tel Disco starting to charge home, but he's ducking in, and Sibagagi will hold him at bay. And Sibagagi wins a length and a half to Tel Disco. 12 lengths away, third Stellarino, then Superbly. Oh Lord and Maloki from Salieri's Son. A gap in the race, Zenithal, followed by Wobber. And the 2 not to complete the course. Oh, here's one, Regal Title just coming in now, just trotting home. Down the back, Wobber crashed at the 1,150 metre mark. And in the first round, Skyfighter went down, horse and rider quite okay.
Across the line in Flemington, numbers 9, 6 and 7. Number 9, Sibagagi, 270-160. Number 6, 230. And number 7, 660.
On the Super Tab, number 9, Sibagagi to return 135, the win 75 for the place. Number 6, Tel Disco at 125, and 7, Stellarino at $3.35. Okay, the network haven't gone back to Flemington there, so we'll stand by to go back for the rest of the late mail at Flemington today. That's coming up shortly here on the Triple S Racing and Sporting Service for this Melbourne Cup Day 1994.
That came down on the inside. He's exceptional, but the place getter's hard on the outside. Now, My Flashing Star goes up again. Very murky conditions down there, and they're ready to run now. Light about to come on, 17 running. Race 2 Lights on, they're off and running now. Fence on Fire began brilliantly out wide with Grand Bay. They're heading out. Blazing Libby further out with Fiesta Frolic and Ken Sher and Ivan's Hero. Novajinsky and Puckeridge, they're all heading out wide. Back to the inside, My Flashing Star clearly in front over on the inside, a length and a half, Golden Rule. Over on the inside of it, Marcel. Further out in the track, then going forward now would have been El Casbar, and they're followed further back by Alice Blue Gown. In behind them, Scarlet Crown. Sword, the widest runner on the flat side. A gap to further back Represent, and well out of it now, coming over along the inside. Scarlet Crown's dropped back to about second last. Grandstand Rail here, and over on the outside, it's Grand Bay getting to the front now from Ken Sher behind it. Ken Sher's running on fairly well. Fence on Fire racing erratically from Novajinsky as they race to the tower. Grand Bay in front down the outside with Ken Sher, the challenger. Over there at the inside, Scarlet Crown sort of got to the front. The outside in front though, Ken Sher, Grand Bay. Ken Sher getting it set in front from Grand Bay. Ken Sher ahead, Grand Bay. Back to the inside as Scarlet Crown third from Sword. Fence on Fire, Alice Blue Ground. Further back on the inside, then Represent. Further back in the field, then Gramanius, followed by Marcel, My Flashing Star. Well back, El Casbar, Golden Rule. Back to the outside there. Pulling up quickly as Puckeridge. Fence on Fire, very erratic in the home straight from Novajinsky, Ivan's Hero, Fiesta Frolic and Blazing Libby.
Number 10, the winner, Ken Sher, $11.90 and $4.50. Number 6, Grand Bay, $1.80 and 3 Scarlet Crown, $5.60.
Number 10, Ken Sher, the winner there at $5.55. The win, $1.80. The place, number 6, Grand Bay, to return $95 and 3 Scarlet Crown, $2.85.
Lodge today, and you'll find they've got the photo over Grand Bay, number 10 in the frame, Ken Sher. They're right up with them, coming down with about 400 to go. Then before the tower at about the 200, you can see they're in front, the outside brigade. 10, 6 and 3, 10, 6, 3. Scarlet Crown has beaten those over on the inside. She's beaten Sword, but the outside have dominated here by about 4 lengths on the line with Ken Sher and Grand Bay, and they were the furthest to the outside rail. In fact, he was wise here, King. He waited to just sit behind them, and as we've said time and time again, the best ground when you get to the outside is about the outside fence to about 2 in, and that's where they've come, first and second on the outside rail. Ken Sher. Number 10 by Ken Dorr from Crabapple, raced by KB Go, prepared by John Maher and ridden by Stephen King. The carnival had been a little bit lean for the Maher stable early, but they've got the prize here over Grand Bay, which had every chance, and third, number 3, and that is over on the inside, the Scarlet Crown. So it's 10, 6 and 3. Running all over the place, Fence on Fire, runs officially 5th, but raced erratically and got in about 4 or 5 off the outside fence. It was on one rein at one time of the race, very erratic. Fence on Fire, Puckeridge really didn't fire. Okay, numbers there, 10, 6 and 3, and the dividends are 11, 20 and 360. 11.
We'll have New South Wales dividends shortly. Morford.
Okay, the sound of Steve Cairns there, beauty.
$7.90 and $2.80, and down to number 20, $9.30 and $2.90. And the favourite is still Paris Lane for the Melbourne Cup today. That's 133 minutes away. Now they're ready to go. This is race 3. About to break. Gold Ace favourite here. Stand by for a start. There's the light. They're off and running now. Gold Ace has bounced away fairly. Over on the inside, Cultural Dancer out fast. One of the leaders now from Rye Hero in behind those. Further out on the track, Frosty the Snowman going forward. Gold Ace is further out, and Castle Ray Run is the widest runner. It's Cultural Dancer at the 800-metre mark over along the inside, just in front from Frosty the Snowman. The filly's right there, Livelihood back in the centre. Over on the fence behind those, Dan Tristan. Further back, Gold Ace now going up to make a line of 4. Wider out is Castle Ray Run. Cairo Prince well back, so's Rye Hero. And last of all, Oasis with about 400 metres to go. Dan Trist grabbed by Gold Ace out in the centre. Gold Ace has gone up with Frosty the Snowman to grab Dan Trist. They're 3 in front of Castle Ray Run and the other struggling. Gold Ace on the outside, a neck in front of Frosty the Snowman down inside the 180-metre mark. He wants to lay in a little Gold Ace, but he's drawn in front of Frosty the Snowman. And Dan Trist is heavily back favourite, getting clear Gold Ace. He's too good for these, and the wraps are right. Gold Ace wins 2.5 in the run home to Dan Trist. Frosty the Snowman just got third, I'd say, from Oasis and Rye Hero. A good gap in the race, Cultural Dancer. Castle Ray Run followed by Cairo Prince, and last of all is the filly Livelihood.
4 Gold Ace, 240 and 130. 3 Dan Trist, 340. 1 Frosty the Snowman, 190.
Number 4. Yeah, the tip was right there, Gold Ace. Huge raps about this horse, this lovely looking colt by Dear Dior. A little bit green over the last 200, but too good.
Over the line, 4 Gold Ace on the Super Tab, 120 and 70. Number 3 Dan Trist at 190 and 1 Frosty the Snowman 75.
4 Gold Ace and 57.9, 57.9 into 240 on the tote. Number 3 is second Dan Trist. Number 3 Greg Hall. The judge needing the photo for third. Frosty the Snowman starting to get a little tired, and we had our wide here Oasis and Rye Hero coming home well, but it was Gold Ace at about the 250 going up to join Frosty the Snowman and Dan Trist. He had them covered. He wanted to lay in a little. Oliver didn't hit him or hurt him. Number 1 has got third. Number 1 Frosty the Snowman, and he just gave the horse his head, gave him just a flick down the side over the last 100 metres, but he had it all parcelled up, and he's won this about 2.5 lengths of the run home to Dan Trist, and Frosty the Snowman just into third.
4-3-1, race 3 at Flemington. Up to...
They're off and running this time. Van Rapid on the inside, bounced out quickly. Cedo Florerian and further out Parketry and Rancho Man, and over the top, quickly travelling up to be in front. It's racing around the outside and runners going with it. Rancho Man getting up inside over the top when they settle down. And Rancho Man's going to hold the lead from over the top. Runner went up third. Karen Queer's fourth, and they're followed by Dubai Desert out 3 deep, running fifth from Parketry. Over on the inside, Van Rapid 2.5. Then further back, Cedo Bridge. Then further back, Campaign Warrior, Cedo Fleury, and a fair gap in the race into Varro's last. Pressman's Choice and upwards in that bunch. Over on the inside when they go down the back is Tusk Hunter. Num Sing at the 1200 metre mark, third last from Top Flash, and last of all Just in Chime. Rancho Man 2.5 in front. The favourite getting a nice run now. Over the top second, 2 further back, Karen Quee third. Runner on the inside of the 1000 running fourth. A length and a half to Dubai Desert there, followed by Parketry. On the fence, Van Rapid 2 to Campaign Warrior. Further back in the race, Cedo Bridge, Cedo Florerian. Then upwards, Pressman's Choice, Varro's last. Tusk Hunter the rail from Num Sing. Further back, Top Flash second last, and last of all Just in Chime. They race to the 700 metre mark. Rancho Man a length in front. He's off the fence now on the favourite. Over the top goes up second, up to the turn, travelling all right. Karen Quee half away has gone up third. Dubai Desert is out wide. Then Van Rapid followed by Parketry, and they turn for home, and back to the inside as runner with Cedo Florerian in the straight over the top. Took the front now at the 400 metre mark. Moved away a length and a half. Karen Quee going pretty sweetly in front this leader. Over the top 2.5 to Karen Quee. Cedo Florerian running on fairly well. Num Sing is the widest runner, getting home pretty hard from Cedo Bridge. Over the top, giving a crack with a whip, but Cedo Florerian's got him, and out wider on the track now. Cedo Bridge is coming home well. Cedo Florerian kicked away from Cedo Bridge over the top, and Num Sing, and it's Cedo Florerian. Cedo Florerian wins a length and a half. Cedo Bridge ahead third over the top, then wider out Just in Chime from Campaign Warrior. Behind those Top Flash from Num Sing, they got away from Tusk Hunter. Then upwards and further back, Karen Quee, Dubai Desert. Back in the race then, Van Rapid, followed by Pressman's Choice. Runner didn't finish it off from Rancho Man. Then Parketry, and last of all is Varro's last.
Number 9, Cedo Fleury, $29.60 and $8.20. Number 20, Cedo Bridge, $6.90, and number 5, Over the Top, to pay $1.60.
On the Super Tab at 9, Cedo Flowerians return $14.15 for the win, and for the place $4.25, number 20, Cedo Bridge, $3.90, and 5 Over the Top to return $85. We'll have another full look at the Melbourne Cup shortly.
Bale to the front, turning for home, set up a good break on them, but gee, compounded pretty quickly at the 200, and Cedo Florerian had got through along the inside to quickly go after him, and has been too good. Cedo Bridge running on well for second, and the judge asking for the print for third. Number 5 gets third over the top, so it's 9, 20 and 5. 9, 20 and 5 at Flemington. After the running of race number 4 today was Cedo Florerian. First, Cedo Bridge, the stablemate, is second, and third 5 over the top. So the Sydney horses 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. It's a pretty decent effort by trainer Paul Cave too. Paul has Cornell the race. 2 runners in the race, and he's got the 1-2. We'll go and chat with Paul Cave in just a moment with Brian Blackmore, the winner by Bellotto from Yetsina, a brown mare raced by T. Namba and the Australian Blood Horse Club of Tokyo Syndicate. The managers K. Nakai and Miss C. K. Teramoto, prepared by Paul Cave at Warwick Farm. Pretty handy mare on a day too. She ran third in the Gosford Bell Turf Stakes, a listed race to Diversify. Didn't do much at Caulfield or in the Tessio behind Centile last start, but she's improved today and has scored. Okay, 9, 20 and 5, 9, 20 and 5 as we move towards the next race as the countdown starts towards the Melbourne Cup. Okay, now the 5th race in the program, a field of 12 to run. 12 running in race number 5 here at Flemington. Inaminka has the blinkers on for the first time, number 10. They are the only, well, that's the only gear change to report. Just waiting on totes. Here they are now. The winner paid.
All right, we'll have the New South Wales dividends.
Triple S, the good sports, an important announcement.
103.9 Triple S FM weather update.
A severe thunderstorm advice has just been received from the Bureau of Meteorology here in Canberra. A severe thunderstorm advice has been issued for the ACT by the Bureau of Meteorology Canberra. People in the ACT are advised that there is a risk of severe thunderstorms affecting the territory this afternoon and this evening. If severe thunderstorms do occur, parts of the territory may experience winds strong enough to bring down trees and damage roofs. Keep a lookout for thunderstorms and take shelter if they are approaching.
9, the driller, is Lisa Crop replacing Adrian Robin.
Triple S FM. Just about set now for race number 5 on the program at Flemington as we head to trackside and join Brian Martin.
Line of the field of 12 ready to go. The race before the Melbourne Cup. Rain still falling at Flemington. Race number 4 today. Lighters on. They're set to go. Racing. Eyes of Steel missed the start about 2 or 3 lengths. A clear last and out quickly here. Over on the inside, Live It Up bounced in front. With it, Chantress going forward. So too is Natural Elegance, and further back is Anton Cordial. When they settle into stride, Chantress got the front from Natural Elegance and Anton Cordial from Live It Up further back in the race. They're followed by Verocative now going up 4th. Live It Up is 5th. Further back in the race than Inaminka. Then Miss Billish racing wide around Formosa Girl. Further back in the event, Money Spider. New Smyrna on the fence, and then Tayara and Eyes of Steel last of all. They steady in front and slow the speed. Chantress at the 850 metre mark, joined by Anton Cordial out deep on the track, Miss Billich. They're followed further back by Natural Elegance. 2 lengths further back, running 5th is Verocative, followed by Inaminka, and then wider out would have been Formosa Girl. Well back coming up to the home turn, Live It Up, and further back Money Spider. Then Tayara right out of it, New Smyrna, and last of all is Eyes of Steel. Chantress on the inside, Anton Cordial. Natural Elegance makes a line of 3 in the centre. 2 to Verocative to 4th, and they're followed further back by Inaminka. New Smyrna trying to get out, is starting to run on fairly down the outside. Tayara and Money Spider. The leader's gone, and Natural Elegance in front. Verocative gets out, and New Smyrna coming with a run. Anton Cordial back in the centre. Wider out on the track now is Money Spider. New Smyrna in the centre, races to Natural Elegance with 150 to go, and Money Spider on the outside. New Smyrna and Money Spider. New Smyrna ahead in front near the line. New Smyrna has won this just on ahead to Money Spider. 3rd home is Natural Elegance. They're followed by Tayara, further back Verocative. Then Eyes of Steel, a gap in the race, then to Live It Up. Anton Cordial further back in Aminka. Chantress stopped quickly, further back in the race, Miss Billish. And last of all, Formosa Girl.
9 and 5 extra double, $247. 5 New Smyrna, $8.30 and $2.80. Number 8 Money Spider paying $2.20, and 7 Natural Elegance, $1.80.
5 New Smyrna on the Super Tab, $5.25 and $1.85. Number 8 Money Spider to return. In fact, disregard those dividends; they're not up to date.
5. Number 5 New Smyrna back to the right journey today. That was back to 1400, and she's beaten number 8 Money Spider. And number 7 is 3rd, and that is Natural Elegance. 5, 8 and 7. 5, 8, 7. Back to second last before the turn at the 600 metre mark, so a good performance.
Okay, available now, 5 New Smyrna, 4.15, 1.45. Number 8 Money Spider to return at 1.35, and number 7 Natural Elegance. And Natural Elegance 3rd there. That dividends disappeared now from the screen. Let's go back to Brian.
Best Money Spider, another one that came from back. And 3rd, number 7, Natural Elegance, which raced on the pace in the first 3 all the way. Number 4 is 4th, Tayara, another back marker. And 5th in Verocative was about 5th where they turned for home. Numbers are 5, 8 and 7. 5, 8 and 7 on the Great Western today. Number 5, New Smyrna, which is raced by the Pillar Stud Syndicate manager Bill DuPont III, by Rancho Ruler, bred in Victoria, at Blue Gum Farm at Euroa with Phil Campbell there. New Smyrna by Rancho Ruler from Church Social, a chestnut filly prepared by Tommy Hughes and ridden by Pat Payne. Tom Hughes Senior trains the horse, and in the next race, the big race, the Melbourne Cup, Pat Payne will team with Tom Hughes Jr. and he'll ride Alcove, one of the top chances in the Melbourne Cup. So it's a good confidence booster there for Pat Payne. He's the pin-up jockey of Victoria with Damien Oliver, and he's punched this out, this filly, to get her home just on ahead over Money Spider and Natural Elegance in 3rd placing. Totes will be up in a moment, 5, 8 and 7. The next one is the big one, the Melbourne Cup, post time 3:20, a field of 24. There are no changes to your turf guide.
Good, thanks very much, Brian.
They're off.
One running in the big one. They're racing in the Melbourne Cup, a beautiful start.
Round Australia, New Zealand and Fiji for the call of the 1994 Melbourne Cup. We now take you to Flemington and Brian Martin.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to the Flemington Racecourse. This is the scene for the 1994 Melbourne Cup. The rain is still falling. This is the third year in a row that we've had rain on the parade. This great parade of thoroughbreds, 24, the full gate for the 1994 Melbourne Cup. It hasn't dampened the spirits. It never does. It hasn't in 133 years. It doesn't matter whether it's rain, hail or shine. The people come here. This is the people's horse race. This is the race that stops the nation, and nothing has changed. Today they flock to Flemington to see if Vintage Crop can make it back-to-back Melbourne Cups after an accident on Tuesday on the training track. He looks to be facing long odds to come back and win this race, although there's a rally for the horse now on the totalisator. Vintage Crop is a grand stayer. He's the best stayer in the world. He's got a great horse's weight in 60 kilos. The horses are about to parade. There are still many horses that punters feel here on track and around the nation that can beat Vintage Crop. Keith Hillier joins me now.
Thank you, Brian. As you mentioned, the dampness, the drizzle has not dampened spirits here. Roars are going up around the track as the first of the runners are about to enter the mounting yard. Yes, the move for Vintage Crop, last year's hero, on the tote has been reflected in the betting ring. He's extremely solid. There's been specking for Jeune, an import trained by David Hayes. Al Pompey, who was favoured in this race last year, has been very easy in the betting ring. Air Seattle are specking at long odds. Paris Lane, if you like Paris Lane, the available odds are more generous than you would have expected to get this morning. Hear that bell. There's a ring about it. He's been backed from long odds and 25% shorter now than his opening price. Quick Ransom, he too has been solid in the betting ring. He's currently showing odds of $8.20, better than 7 to 1. Top Rating, he opened favourite, that was no secret. He has eased. He is now sharing favouritism with Vintage Crop. Gossips, the Bart Cummings trained runner, the sole Bart Cummings representative this year. He won't get the Quinella that he's had 5 times in a total of 6 second placings, but maybe this horse Gossips could give him the chance to put him into double figures because Bart Cummings has won 9 Melbourne Cups. Alcove, the Flemington trained mare, has been strongly supported. She has eased a little from her opening quote in the ring, but the support for her has not really waned. Grass Valley, the Provincial Cups hero, is at attractive odds if you like him. So too is Starstruck, who won and lost on protest, the Crown quality here on Saturday. Clevedon Gale, she's an 8-year-old mare. She's the travelling companion for Vintage Crop. She's solid in the market, just into double figures, and Coachwood at long odds along with Pindy. This is a very special Melbourne Cup. It's a Melbourne Cup that is different because so many people have so many different opinions.
Yes, it's an open betting race, and the horses now parading in the mounting yard for this year's Melbourne Cup, and the field, the parade is led by Vintage Crop. The rain's still tumbling here at Flemington. You won't miss Vintage Crop in the race. He's the horse with the lamb's wool nose roll, prominent white nose roll. You won't miss him. And I hark back to 12 months ago. This horse is very well relaxed. He's composed. And that was the difference between he and Drum Taps. Drum Taps, as we say in the business, fizzed up well before the race. The crowd got to him. He didn't handle it. This horse does handle it. He's travelled around the world. He's been to America. He's here in Australia for his second essay to win the Melbourne Cup, and he's relaxed in the mounting yard. There's not a problem with him. River Verdon is handling it well, the horse from Hong Kong. A horse that we won't miss here is Quick Ransom. He's a beautiful liver-coloured chestnut with a white face, inclined just to go to his toes a little, but he's got the plaited mane. He looks magnificent. He's just having a good look at the crowd down here in the parade ring, Keith.
Dermot Weld has the track that he wanted, so Irish eyes are smiling on Dermot Weld today. The track, if you've just tuned into 3Z and associated stations, was downgraded earlier from fast to good. The rain has been persistent without being heavy. These conditions are ideal for Vintage Crop and ideal too for Quick Ransom, and it really won't affect any other runner in the field.
Top Rating, of course, prepared by David Hayes. He's a man with a mission with this horse to try and win this race, the Melbourne Cup, for his dad and partners. Top Rating is a plain chestnut horse. He's got a tape on his near side hock. You'd walk straight past him, top rating, but he's muscled. He's ready for this race. Roy Higgins will tell us more about the parade of these horses when we go back down to the mounting yard. Looking across Flemington, it's grey, it's drizzly, it looks a little gloomy, but the colour is lifted in the magnificent array of coloured umbrellas here, Keith.
The excitement surged when James Blundell sang Australia's national song, Waltzing Matilda. At this carnival, the BRC has installed a Diamond Metrics television big screen near the tote semaphore board. That's being appreciated at this moment. Robert Sangster is chatting to his jockey. The screen really is taking all race goers into the mounting yard, and it won't be long before the jockeys receive their final instructions, before the last words, the last hopes of the trainers are passed to the 24 riders, a select band, and they come from so far. They come from overseas and they come from all states of Australia and New Zealand. They're the 24 who have made this race, and each of them surely must be feeling their nerves now. And I wonder how they'll feel when the runners leave the mounting yard and take that not so long but lonely walk on down the roses onto the track. That's when the crowd roars.
The activity from the betting ring, let's have a look at it. He's very solid in the market. Vintage Crop is almost equal favourite with Alcove, Paris Lane, a little further out to Quick Ransom. They are the four in contention here. Top rating is right there in the market also. So the final word here with about 13 minutes to go from the ring. Little between Vintage Crop 1, 6 Paris Lane, 8 Quick Ransom. Right there is top rating, and so too is number 14 Alcove.
And the two that have been backed at odds are number 3 Jeune. Number 3 Jeune is firming. I can tell you that the bookmakers are offering less than you can get on the Super Tab now. And the other one, surprisingly, that has been backed at odds is number 7, Hear That Bell. It and Jeune have had almost identical fluctuations. Good support at good odds for both of those runners.
We'll check the tote shortly as we leave you from Flemington Racecourse for the time being. We'll be back in just a moment.
But thanks very much. His thoughts on the Melbourne Cup.
Thanks, Steve. What a great sight this is. A great feeling, and I don't think there's much I can add, really. Everyone's probably had their bet now. I can't find a fault with any of the horses. They're all looking superb order here, in peak condition. I'm still sticking with David Hayes, Greg Hall, top rating, number 10. He's lovely and relaxed. He's ready for the race, even though he's only had the 5 runs leading into it. He's 100% ready today. Beware of the Europeans here. Vintage Crop looks outstanding. So does Quick Ransom, a big, strong horse, big white face, 4 white feet. He looks in top order. Even the Hong Kong horse, River Verdon, looks in great order. The mare, Alcove, no problems there. Just not a problem anywhere. Paris Lane. Summing it up, I like number 10 here. Top rating, hardest to beat 1 Vintage Crop, and we'll put in 8 Quick Ransom for third.
10-1-8 in the big one for Ron Dufficy. Compliments of West End Mazda, Church Street, North Parramatta. Now the update on the New South Wales TAB. 1 Vintage Crop, $8.30 and $3.70. 2 River Verdon, $54.80 and $15.20. 3 Jeune, $17.90 and $5.70. 4 Our Pompeii, $17.50 and $5. 5 Air Seattle, $44 and $12.40. 6 Paris Lane, $7 and $2.70. 7 Hear That Bell, $18 and $5.40. Number 8 is Quick Ransom, $10 and $3.50. 9 Impala, $35.50 and $9.80. 10 Top Rating, $8.90 and $3.80. 11 Double Take, $63. 12 Glastonbury, $50 and $14. Gossips is $16.50 and $4.90. 14 Alcove, $8.20 and $3. 15 Gold Sovereign, $73 and $18. 16 Grass Valley, $41 and $11. 17 is Oppressor, $115 and $29. Number 18 Starstruck, $37 and $10.40. 19 Toll Bell, $155 and $40. 20 Clevedon Gale, $11.30, $3.50. 21 Coachwood, $30 and $7.60. 22 Major Decision, $71 and $17. 23 Pindy is $76 and $20. Sweet Glory, $83 and $19. So number 6 is the favourite. Paris Lane, $7 and $2.70, and that's with $11.1 million in the win pool.
OK, on the Super Tab, let's compare those. Number 1, Vintage Crop, $8.10 and $3.60. 2 River Verdon, $47 and $13. 3 Jeune, $20 and $6.20. 4 Our Pompeii, $20 and $5.90. 5 Air Seattle, $46 and $13. 6 Paris Lane, the favourite, $7 and $2.70. Number 7, Hear That Bell, 17 and 520. 8, Quick Ransom, 820 and 290. 9, Umpala, 47 and 12. 10, Top Rating, 9, 10, 390. 11, Double Take at 9, 10 and 390. Go again, 81 and 21, I should say, for 11 Double Take. Number 12, Glastonbury, is 52 and 14. 13, Gossip, 17 and 510. 14, Alcove, 840 and 290. 15, Gold Sovereign, 71 and